Luxury watches have quietly gone from wrist candy to walking vaults, and criminals noticed. We're not just talking muggings anymore. Think inside jobs, shady shipments, and laundering rings where a Daytona trades hands faster than gossip at a dinner party. Welcome back to Opulent Oasis. Today it's not about the flex, it's about the finesse. When a stainless steel sub is worth more than a used car, it becomes more than a timepiece. It's an untraceable asset with a shiny alibi. One fence called them portable piggy banks, and frankly, he might have been onto something. Now, the black market's buzzing. Crooks don't need guns, they need tracking numbers and loose customs. The watch world's gotten slick, and the real hustle isn't who buys the grail, it's who steals it first. Luxury watch theft isn't exactly a new concept, but lately, it's been acting like it's got a comeback tour. Cities are hotter, wrists are shinier, and thieves, let's just say they've been putting in overtime. Turns out, a flashy watch says, "Rob me," in every language. The old school stick-up is alive and well. No spreadsheets, no syndicate, just someone spotting a gleam and deciding it's payday. Half the time, they don't even know it's a Rolex. They just know it isn't from a mall kiosk. There's no master plan to avoid it, but common sense helps. Stay sharp, pick your moments, and maybe save the heavy flex for places where everyone's too rich to care. Targeted robberies, from spotting to stings. This isn't your average street snatch. This is luxury theft with a business strategy. The kind of operation that wouldn't look out of place on LinkedIn. Spotters are everywhere these days. Upscale bars, hotel lobbies, watch meetups, luxury malls, valet queues, even airport lounges. They're not guessing either. They know the difference between a Seiko and a steel Daytona, right under bad lighting. At this point, a Rolex might as well come with a flashing neon sign that says, "Worth following." It starts with a glance, then a text, then maybe someone lurking a few feet behind, waiting for the mark to step into a quieter spot. In seconds, a setup turns into a sting. These thieves aren't playing small. They're in it for resale-ready, high-demand pieces that move fast in the grey market, often flipping them within hours. Then there's the Black Widow routine. This one's been showing up more and more, especially in nightlife scenes. A stranger gets a little too friendly, the drinks start flowing, and the next thing known, the lights go out, literally. Victims wake up in their hotel room or condo, missing their watch, wallet, and dignity. If someone's flirting like they've got a script to follow, there's probably a plot twist coming. And for those running full-on operations, that's where crime rings come in. These groups go deep, tracking routines, monitoring social media check-ins, and waiting for the perfect moment. Celebrities, high-profile collectors, even dealers become targets. It's the kind of job where timing is everything, and a single Instagram story can serve as the green light. Sometimes it's a home break-in timed perfectly while someone's out of town. Other times, it's a car follow after a high-end purchase. These crews aren't sloppy. They know when you're flexing, where you're staying, and how long they've got before security even blinks. Luxury watches used to be status symbols. Now they're practically GPS trackers for thieves. At the end of the day, the more recognizable the watch, the more risk it carries. In today's climate, it's not just about collecting, it's about protecting. And that starts long before the wrist roll hits the camera. Quick breather. Join the Opulent Oasis community by hitting subscribe. Stay in the loop with all the latest insights, drops, and deep dives. All right, let's keep going. Inside jobs and shipping theft. Some of the slickest watch thefts don't go down in dark alleys. They go down in well-lit loading docks. Inside jobs at shipping centers have quietly become one of the most under-the-radar threats in the luxury watch world. It only takes one employee who knows how to read between the tracking lines. If a package is flagged as high value and that info lands in the wrong hands, that watch isn't going to a collector, it's going to disappear. Because nothing says professional thief like a reflective vest and a barcode scanner. The brilliance of it, if you can call it that, is in how invisible it all looks. No broken seals, no alarms, no struggle. The box never even leaves the system until it does. It slips into a blind spot in the warehouse, a camera malfunctions, someone looks the other way, and boom, gone. It's a vanishing act, straight out of a logistics handbook. Some of these packages don't even leave the building. They just quietly get rerouted, cracked open, swapped out or intercepted before ever hitting the final delivery scan. And unless you're obsessively tracking that box by the hour, the theft isn't even noticed until it's far too late to trace. It's Ocean's 11, but everyone's on payroll and no one's wearing a ski mask. Dealers talk about it often, usually in private chats, not public forums. And while most incidents don't make headlines, they leave a trail of frustration, insurance claims, and a lot of nervous follow-up calls. The risk is real, the moves are quiet, and the industry knows it all too well. Watches as tools for financial crimes. Watches aren't just telling time anymore, they're telling stories. And some of those stories involve laundering, loopholes, and a whole lot of quiet smuggling. With no VIN, no paperwork, and resale value through the roof, a luxury watch is basically a wallet with a wristband. When someone's carrying $300,000 across borders, it's not always in a briefcase. It might be ticking. Forget wiring funds or dodging sanctions with offshore accounts. These days, it's more like slap on a Richard Mille, hop on a plane, and land in a new economy with a watch that turns into cash faster than you can say customs declaration. It's the sleekest workaround since, well, diamonds, but way cooler. And of course, in places with corruption baked into the system, watches aren't just currency, they're VIP passes. Want to grease a few palms or slide into the right circles? Turns out a Rolex speaks louder than cash, and it doesn't leave a paper trail. Why bribe with money when you can gift a day date and call it fashion? Now for collectors and legit enthusiasts, this mess makes things a little trickier. First rule, insure the collection. Whether it's through home insurance or specialty coverage, protection buys peace of mind, and peace of mind goes great with a GMT. Second rule, be smart with what gets wrist time. That blinding gold AP might make a statement, but it also makes someone an easy mark. Consider wearing something less flashy when traveling or hitting unfamiliar spots. The louder the watch, the shorter the conversation with your insurance adjuster. For the diehards who still want to rock the heavy hitters, cool. Just downplay it a bit. Rubber strap, leather band, maybe ditch the full shine for something subtler. Even small changes can make a big difference. And lastly, stay sharp, especially in nightlife settings. The Black Widow scam, where drinks get spiked and watches disappear, has gone from cautionary tale to weekly news. If someone seems too into the watch and not nearly into the conversation, maybe it's not romance, it's retail. Watches were never meant to be security risks, but here we are. So flex wisely, move smart, and never let a chronograph be the reason for a crime report. And that wraps it. Turns out your favorite wrist candy might be living a double life. Who knew a watch could moonlight as a money mule, bait, and bribe all in one? Ever had a weird run-in while rocking a grail? Got a story about a shady sale or a near miss with a would-be thief? Drop it in the comments. We're all ears and slightly paranoid. If you're into this kind of behind-the-scenes madness, give the video a like, subscribe to Opulent Oasis, and stick around. We've got more stories coming that'll make you rethink what's ticking on your wrist. And hey, check out the next video. It's probably juicier than your group chat.